Do you ever feel like someone is watching you? I feel that way when I watch horror movies. I have to close all the curtains, shut all the doors, and curl into a blanket over my head, everything, while I hug a pillow, because if I see something in the corner of my eye, I will flip. I'm easily scared when immersed in anything. So when I add a scary movie into the mix, I'm going to jump through the ceiling. I'm not a horror fan for that reason, but I do love ghost and haunted house stories. And because of this, I have always been paranoid about walking into old buildings and houses. Am I going to get random scratches on my back? Am I going to have a chill as if I walked through a ghost? I don't know. They just seem so dingy and dated, and I'm scared I'm going to contract asbestos. However, these dingy buildings were once places of great pride and were cornerstones of the community. People say the best way to judge how healthy a society is reflected in how they treat the most vulnerable, including its elders. Today, older buildings are the setting for horror movies, but the media fails to describe the robust history an old building can hold. Think of any small town diner. These booths have been witness to countless dates, anniversaries, Sunday morning breakfast with families, and more. Sure, the leather isn't conditioned. Maybe the leather is flaking off. The color isn't as vibrant as it used to be, but the history is there embedded in the cushions. When I was growing up, I loved going to my grandma's town. It was like a little tiny town north of Abilene, and they didn't have a normal. It was such a small town that they didn't have like a normal like Waffle House, but they did have Cliff House, and the service is about the same as you would get at a Waffle House. And it was a fun experience just because you got to see so many people at so many different stages in their life. And unfortunately, that building ended up being torn down. All those years of me hanging out with my grandma and having our Sunday morning breakfast, it wasn't there anymore. And some people may think, what's the purpose of even preserving an old building? They would rather have a coffee shop there or a strip mall. But unlike coffee shops or strip malls, old buildings are irreplaceable, mostly because of the memories that were shared there. According to the National Trust for Historic Preservation, old buildings stand as pillars of the community by showcasing the complex and rich culture of a community. These pillars of the community have withstood the test of time and serve as physical reminders of the progress made over generations. History is something that needs to be protected. Now, I'm not saying never throw anything away, because that could be a health hazard, but take the time and think about the life it has lived. In a world where artificial intelligence is taking hold, the future seems more enticing than the past. History is losing its importance in the world because our society is so focused on the future. With our heads constantly looking down at our phones or looking at laptops and other devices, we forget to look up and see the physical reminders of the people who had come before us. As the saying goes, history repeats itself. If we are mindful of the past while looking to the future, we will be in a better spot. So we are all here gathered today to see how we can better our homes and our community. My answer is this: keep history alive. Teach your children about the past and all the people who have done incredible things to give us the freedom we enjoy today. Tell the community about the history of the town, which we all love. Protect the integrity of the past and preserve the old buildings in our present. Respect the legacy of the buildings and help maintain these buildings so our kids may be proud to call this town their own. Thank you.